everyone, and welcome to Trivial. It's your bar trivia night in a podcast. We're covering pop culture, sports, current events, and everything else in the form of trivia questions.
That's right, Josh. I'm going to lean into the
We're
game
here
show host of
together.
this. Each week, we hit you with 5 topics, and here's the catch. None of us know the answers ahead of time.
Not us, not our guest, not even you. So we're all in it together. We'll throw out our best guesses, debate a bit, and probably embarrass ourselves before revealing the correct answers.
Definitely. And if any of us cheat, we have to chug an entire bottle of Rock Creek water straight from DC.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That is approved measles-free, I believe.
Tastes like feces and blue jeans. Yeah.
That's some grit.
Yeah, I'm tasting a hint of E. coli.
Okay, we're going to jump right into question 1. It wets the palate. We're going to try this out. HBO Max. We're back, right?
Hell yeah.
HBO, they rebranded as Mid, and then they went back to HBO Max. Yes. So, HBO has recently decided to revert the name of their streaming service back to HBO Max.
Woo!
What TV show on the platform is the most streamed to date?
Severance?
It's on Apple TV.
That's what I'm talking
No,
about.
Severance is on Max.
No, it isn't. It's
HBO
Apple TV.
Max.
It is for sure Apple TV.
I just watched the entire
Yes.
series.
I think I just saw that it is the most highly streamed show on Apple TV.
Was there a hostile takeover of Severance?
Severance.
I was thinking Succession.
I have done that. I have combined them in my head. There is a little bit of like evil corporation in both of them. So
Capital S.
But only one
getting
has
the
a
name.
great cameo appearance from me. So, hey.
So far.
Yes,
so
exactly.
far.
Season 4, episode 2. Check the karaoke scene. I have a very strong opinion of this, and it's because of my deep understanding of Westerosi history, and it should most likely be Game of Thrones.
On the app, though?
The platform HBO Max that, let's say, go to now. It's not saying that
because there
2
was
days
Go,
ago.
there was HBO Go, there was HBO Now, there was HBO Max, there was Max, and there's HBO Max
And
Plus
that's the 7
Now.
degrees of HBO Max.
Go.
Yeah.
the way that the question is phrased, do you feel like it's a show that's currently on?
No, to date, you could definitely try and think of, like, Sex and the City or something from circa 1999, but it's more like when it launched, so let's call that 2016.
That's what's hard about it.
So what's been going?
Because
you
like
wouldn't give
Max-
Sopranos because it's not.
Right. That's where my mind went to Sopranos, but like I think to your point, Game of Thrones has such a global reach, and with the app,
And would have been the source of where you watched it because it's like the premiere, not just the rerun.
This is the issue with the question. We got to drill down into it.
this is what I love. Yes, drill down into it.
There was no Max involved by the time it ended, right?
Let's call it the streaming platform formerly known as whatever. It's like when you started doing that and not it's more than TV tuning in.
By the way, on my Apple TV in my apartment, I still have the HBO Max app, and I'll go to it without thinking, and it'll go, what are you doing here? You need to go over to the HBO. I'm like, fuck you.
I was sometimes scrolling through a Roku through Go, through Now, to Max.
Yeah.
Like I was like just generations, geological layers of time of corporate nonsense.
Do you have a Roku now?
I don't.
We have one that we don't use anymore. It's like the TV in the bedroom. We don't really watch TV in the bedroom
Exactly.
that much anymore, but I miss when that was our main TV, Roku City.
The city.
You just want to live in that ville.
Oh my
It's a happy
God.
place.
That's what I'm going to answer. I'm going to say Roku City is the show that most people watch.
Yeah.
In an alliance, I'm going to go Game of Thrones.
Gonna get
I
got.
think I might go against this because wasn't Friends on Max for a second?
I think they went
Do you
hard.
really think, like,
People went nuts on it.
it's true, but like young people don't like Friends.
Young people love Friends.
I do see people wearing Friends shirts a lot, but
TikTok loves Friends. It blew up in a crazy way.
It's like Gilmore
people
Girls.
went
It's the
nuts
one
that
that like stood up.
maybe it's
100%.
Suits.
Yeah, exactly. Suits went crazy.
Suits went crazy during the pandemic. But I just think Game of Thrones was such a global.
You guys are probably right, and I'm going to still go against you.
The correct answer is Juego de Throne.
Hey, all right.
Yes. All right. Well, that was quite the heated debate to start it, and we were hearing a lot of wrong answers from our guest tonight, Gabe Gronli.
Woo!
Thanks for coming out, Gabe.
Oh, happy to be here.
Gabe, you are a legendary writer-producer type on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
That's right. Except for the legendary part, but yeah.
Yeah, and playing behind the scenes there, but sometimes get a little too outspoken, and then all of a sudden have to get in the dunk tank back in your home of Wisconsin.
That's true. Yeah. Very proudly, I got the show to go to Milwaukee, which was very fun.
Yeah.
Got to go to Brewers game, got to meet the sausages.
For people that don't understand the level of Wisconsin pride, right? The flyover folk, there is something special happening here. And even the non-special things are special because of how special people like, oh yeah, I love brats. Oh yeah, I love cheese.
It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that stuff's good. There's a reason. There's a reason people love it.
I've never been to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's a great town.
I've been to Madison.
A road trip to Madison should be dumb.
I think it's a rite of
That's
passage.
the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian's Pizza? Is that a thing?
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah,
Mac cheese, pizza, and Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah.
All of these.
Yeah.
I could name the top 6. Is that a trivia question?
Wait,
Ian's
Smokey
pizza slices.
the Bandit take place in Wisconsin?
No, Smoking the Bandit is the name of a slice of pizza that you can get at 3 a.m. in Madison and now Chicago. And it was what I would go for sure.
They will put French fries on pizza there.
That's on
And
Smokey
in
and the
2005,
It's so good.
I was like,
right?
You're putting different toppings on a pizza?
It was. It's great.
You're blowing my mind.
I
Everything's
got-
animal style here. What's going on?
I got an experimental pizza at Ian's once that for all I know, I think they only made once.
Was
Were
that like
they-
horse medicine?
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
The ivermectin.
it cured me.
Stuffed crust ivermectin.
They poured a can of SpaghettiOs on the pizza as the sauce,
Wow.
as like the base, and then put like cheese and meatballs on top of that. And the guy behind the counter was like, "Yeah, we made this one just for ourselves. The owner like doesn't like to use ingredients that aren't fresh, but he said we could do it if we bought the SpaghettiOs ourselves." I was like, I'm in. I got to try it.
Yeah, they're just at
That's
like
good.
the Triangle Market bodega. Like, well, you have to go within the 1 block radius. If you're going to get the Spam, you got to get it local.
One of the guys in the kitchen who was against it was just like, you've spent so long thinking about if you could do it. You never stopped to think if you should.
Oh, no.
It was, yeah. They were through the looking glass on that one. It was good.
Gabe, back in Madison or here, did you dabble in the trivia before?
I hosted trivia with my dear friend Ann Johnson in Brooklyn for our friends opened a bar and we did a monthly trivia there where we would host it every the first Tuesday of the month.
What place?
For like 6-7 years. It was called Burnside.
Oh, I don't
It
know.
was on Grand Street.
Seems like I'd be welcome there.
Yeah. They had fried cheese curds. They were doing a minorly Midwest they had Juicy Lucy's. I'm not shy. It doesn't exist anymore, so this doesn't count as an ad.
What is a Juicy Lucy?
Oh, a Juicy Lucy.
It's a
Am I getting deep in the weeds in some Wisconsin?
No,
No, this is Minnesota,
Midwest. It's
so-
more Minnesota. Yeah.
I'm from St. Louis. I've never heard of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, this is from Minnesota, and it's like a Minneapolis thing, and it's cheese inside of a burger.
Yeah.
And
the burger tends to be more like Orbish. It's a very
you gotta
large.
put the cheese in there. You gotta
honka.
kind of form it around that, and then you cook it, and the cheese becomes basically molten.
I'm glad you both are still alive. And here.
I don't know how I did half the things. Like playing like high school ball. It was like 5 McChickens post workout. I'm like, and inflation, right? But like it was $1 for those McChickens. Now that would be a full $15, $20.
Yeah, a little
effort.
2 days followed by an Arby's 5 for 5.
Yeah, just taking shots of horsey sauce. Oh. Did you have a go-to trivia name?
Because it was hosting, no. So we were indoor trivia was the name of our trivia night. Indoor trivia with Ann and Gabe.
I was like the Gronic or something.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask you a housekeeping question?
Sure.
So every week we've been asking people who've played trivia before, like, what was your go-to name?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you remember like early on and when talking about this, we thought about the idea of like that's gonna be our trivia name this week. Like in your mind, is there a goal of coming up with our trivia name for this episode?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't press them too hard as guests. They need to keep their
That's
brain
my
juice
job. I get
ready.
to cross-examine.
Yeah.
You're
But I
good
do think
copping me.
aspirationally, if you're here for any reason, it's that we are one team, one dream. We're trying to get the most questions right as a collective. With
Oh,
our
so I was
viewers
playing
at home.
against that
Yeah.
by
No, you
going,
didn't.
all right, I was a rogue agent on the team, I guess.
Please.
Yeah.
When we have our tournament of champions at the end of the season,
Oh,
depending
yeah.
on how you perform, you'll be seated and you will have
Aha.
everybody's trivia team name in the
Aha.
bracket.
I think he's serious about this tournament of champions.
Oh yeah,
He's brought it up every
I
episode.
think it's definitely
It sounds like it's
episode
happening.
64 through whatever. Yeah, we're gonna need a bigger.
What episode
pod.
are we on? 6?
This is 6. Yeah,
6.
look at us.
We did it. We made
Wow.
it.
6 episodes in a movie. Let's do it.
Return of the Jedi.
Gabe, you have one of the top-notch, noticeable laughs that I know you know this, but I just would assume that this has progressed you further in writer's room.
God, I can only hope so. Because it's either that or it's a fucking liability.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. I have it's you go to a friend's comedy show and they're like, I know. I'll be afterwards. I'll be like, I was at your show last night. They're like, no, I know,
Yeah.
I know. And I'm like, well, that's because you were being funny. So congrats.
Oh man, I was at a show and there was a guy in the front that sounded straight up like the Joker. He was like,
Which Joker?
like, let's give him Jared Leto. Like it was not a
Oh, wow,
pleasurable.
okay.
It was.
It wasn't like an Arthur Fleck, like.
What would be your Joker laugh if you were, getting the next spinoff?
It's menacing.
It's a faceless laugh. It's just like.
That is terrifying.
That is, yeah.
Oh,
That is truly terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah. That should be the next smile horror flick. Is just like I just think it's like great marketing that they're just like, I'll pay you to smile at like the Mets game for 3 hours, like real creepy like.
Oh my God,
yeah.
so smart.
Yeah, it's great marketing. Your laugh is good, your trivia knowledge is ready, so let us move on to question 2. We got ourselves a men's health question for the dudes. Exercise was recently found to improve erectile dysfunction symptoms for men after treatment for prostate cancer.
I didn't look that up.
We're all getting served it on Instagram ads from Hims. Don't worry.
Should have let him finish that sentence before I decided to make that joke.
I feel like men should know this. What is the leading cause of erectile dysfunction? We've only been getting commercials every
it's
Super Bowl
true.
for the last 30 years. We don't know
I feel-
why it's
yeah.
happening.
Isn't like a lot of it psychological?
Oh yeah. I was gonna say for some reason I was immediately like smoking. Because I feel like that's always what like the.
Yeah, I was thinking like depression. Or,
I think it's
But I
just 'cause
think
you
you're
suck
right.
at
I think
blinking.
it is. I think it's more. Yeah. It's because you just did it, and then it's hard to do it again right away.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Refractory period.
Refractory
folks.
period.
Refractory
Yeah,
period.
that's
That's a good trivia team name. Also.
There it is.
Yeah,
This week's
that's a good-
episode.
Okay.
Brought to you by Blue Chews.
Promo code Alain15
Wait
for
a
Blue
second.
Juice.
Yeah, 15 and a half.
I would drill down and say anxiety.
I'm going to go like depression specifically, if there is.
I mean, what if just we say mental health? You can put that under all of it.
It is the
Right.
month.
Is that
Fair.
why, is it Men's Health Month? Is that why that's a category?
No, this was a recent study,
Oh,
I
oh.
guess. But we're always talking a little more about the men's health stuff because we're just a couple of dudes who care about our health while disregarding and drinking beer all the time. I feel like it is interesting that, mental health, regardless of which answer, is like unanimously what we assume for a physical condition of boner dysfunction.
Yeah, I almost feel like when you say men's health, you're like, oh, it's not talking about your feelings. That's what it is. It's not talking about your feelings. I think causes your dick to go soft.
Put that down there. You just solve things with grit and whiskey, and you're good.
You know, cardiovascular disease obviously is like huge in this country. Like, I feel like that or like nerve damage are going to be the two like physical things that it could be. But for something that's widespread or can be, I'm guessing it's something that's not physical.
But I also hate that like the answer is like, oh, have you tried just like not being depressed, and then your dick works better?
And you're like, well, it's kind of cyclical because then it's like, well, and it doesn't work, and so then I get more depressed, and then yeah. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Cardiovascular, like that obviously makes sense because we're talking about blood.
It's happening to young people.
Right,
also,
exactly.
So it's like,
Yeah. So I do think it is going to be like a stress mental health issue.
Final answer.
depression.
Final answer.
Mental health.
And the answer. Cardiovascular disease.
Okay.
Seriously?
You dabbled, you touched it. You can have a decreased risk of developing cardiovascular disease with regular exercise, and that also helps. Hence, exercise helping the
All right.
Regular exercise.
All right.
And heart-healthy Cheerios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your go-to cereal growing up?
I mean, we were allowed to have the nastiest cereals. Like we were, we went nuts.
Lucky
so
Charms.
like, yeah. So when Lucky Charms entered the house, you were like, oh my god, it's
Cinnamon
happening
Toast
this week.
Crunch, like just the cinnamon milk.
The two that like I couldn't stop thinking about. Maybe I'm looking back now because both of these cereals had a short shelf life. There was Ninja Turtle cereal.
Oh
Like
wow.
when we were really little, and it was
wow.
so good.
I'm
And I don't know, it wasn't around for very long, so maybe I like
Taste the turtle.
romanticized it.
And some of it's just market. Like you're like,
Yeah.
you look at the box.
Ecto Cooler
and you're
Like,
tasted
these are
better.
the most important people in my life. I want their cereal. Ecto Cooler also.
Yeah, totally.
Which wasn't green for some reason.
Right, but like you
know, like
never,
slimy.
You're
Yeah.
never gonna know inside that box.
exactly.
And then there was a short while where Golden Grams had Golden Grams s'mores.
Oh
Those
my God, I
Golden
remember
Grams with,
this.
like,
Yeah,
marshmallows
yeah.
and chocolate. And I was like, this is
I remember that.
heaven.
That was good.
And
I didn't get that good stuff. My dad was just like, Honey Nut Cheerios is as good as you're gonna get it, and then Smart Start, which I don't think was actually healthy, but it
I
was.
remember Smart Start.
Yeah. I mean, it turns out Honey Nut Cheerios are really good. And like that actually should be like kind of the baseline. I think as an adult.
Yeah.
As a child, I wanted like
The cereal
as many colors as
mean
you
should
could. Yeah.
be Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios is great.
And then what's the Frosted Mini Wheats?
Yeah.
Those I
These
think
are the-
that's
these are
that's
my
like
two-
vaguely fibery.
Those are my two current faves. They're like just enough sweetness to like, yeah.
What kind of dad you gonna be? What kind of cereal dad?
I think those. I mean, I think it'll be like that. Yeah. Yeah. I think we have one cereal in the house. And I think it's like a real like smart balance sort of thing. But kid's not eating cereal yet. So yeah.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
How old?
Yeah. 14 and a half months. 15
I'd say
months.
14 and a half. He's not eating cereal yet.
No phones, no cereal, no carbs, no. Yeah.
He's just really into like driving permits.
Still feeding. Yeah. Okay, so going on the healthy tip, our next question on the social media is about run clubs, because run clubs are all over all of a sudden and ruining the actual like run club of it, but they're viral now. So they're touted as a new way to socialize or date. As they've taken off, so has discourse that they're ruining running.
Interesting, yeah.
The question being, Usain Bolt shared that he ate 1,000 of these as his protein fix during his 10-day stay in the Beijing Olympic Village in 2008, while winning gold in the 200-meter event. 10-meter event, too.
There's a lot of numbers in this. So Usain Bolt ate 1,000 of...
Fastest dude ate 1,000 of these as his protein fix.
Goldfish crackers.
So 10 days, that's 100 of these a day.
I heard some crazy stat about The Rock for a while was like eating just like an insane, like just like a ton of cod every day or something. Like he was just eating that was the whole, he would just like every 20 minutes he would eat cod. You know, like...
What if it was like an anchovy?
As the expert, half expert of Beijing, my month. This is my month.
This is your month.
100 of something in the Beijing Olympic Village means maybe he didn't bring it. Maybe he found it in like street market or something. You know what I mean?
Surely you can bring like the things that you need to the
Yeah.
village.
Sure, but eating 1,000 of them, you can bring in 1,000.
I bet that he is. I bet that, like, I mean, not that I don't think that could lead us to an answer, and very well could be the case. But I also believe, like, logistically, if you're performing
Yeah.
an Usain Bolt level, like, your trainers are bringing in whatever you need.
When you first started reading the question, I was like, calories. There's more to it.
But he does just need as many calories as quickly as possible, right?
And as
Like,
much
at some
protein as
point-
possible, too.
Yeah, when Christian Bale's going from machinist to Batman, right? That's like a 120-pound to like 200-pound swing.
Yeah.
You're just drinking Haagen-Dazs. So like if him or Phelps or anybody else that needs to burn 20,000 calories a day, what's just like
But it says as a protein fix?
protein fix?
Crickets.
So we're going with my classic dumps as a dumpling influencer.
1,000 dumplings?
100 dumplings a day. That's 20 dumplings a sitting, 5 meals. Yeah.
If it's eggs.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
I mean, honestly, that might be it. It's doing the Rocky training.
That's a lot, though. I feel like that's
It's a lot
that's a
of
lot
anything.
of cholesterol, probably. You ever see What the Health? That documentary? I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and it claimed that having, I'm probably going to butcher this, but I felt like I clocked out of this documentary, and they claimed that having 5 eggs is as bad for you as having a pack of cigarettes. Or maybe it was a single cigarette.
Wild.
There's some comparison like
Wild.
Cool. So something's going to get you, but it ain't going to be eggs. You know?
Right.
Okay. I don't have a good answer. I think dumpling is mine. I think anchovy is yours. Where are you feeling this, Gabe?
I'm going to say cod.
Like a fish stick?
Yeah, go with.
I'm going to go with the rock.
Yeah, go with
I'm
the
going
rock.
what I know from the rock. 1,000 cod.
The
The full fish. I'm talking bones and eyes and everything. Yeah, he's Heathcliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Served on a sewer lid or a trash can lid.
You're going to hate this. The correct answer is chicken McNuggets.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah.
He supersized himself.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
I guess that's why they call it fast food.
As far as getting, your fix as quickly as possible, I don't know how he didn't just have a terrible digestive system, but that is readily available. And again, to the what 1,000 things could you actually pack to bring out there?
You know what? That makes sense because after he won his first race, that I feel like the first quote I remember him saying was "Robble robble."
Hello.
This is why he gets the jobs. He's everyone's Andy Richter. Everyone loves him.
There's 25 tomatoes in the comments. Is that directed at someone?
There's a giant candy cane slowly stretching out.
It's coming towards me.
So this is a good segue. Quiz Liz is doing great this round.
Yeah, great job,
We
Quiz
have
Liz.
Yeah, there's a
ourselves,
through line.
Yeah.
and now we're moving on to sports. NFL schedules. I don't know if you caught this, but every NFL announcement has started being like memeified, and people get really like big on the reveal, and it's dumb. I love football, and I do want to know, i.e. like, my team's coming in town this date, like lock it down. But the videos are really out of control. And right now we have the schedule release. Which team, though, is favored in the betting odds in every one of their matchups in the upcoming season? And Vegas is very good at getting 50-50. So I would say there's maybe at best 6 teams you could throw out right now as far as undeniably good.
I kind of tuned out during the lead up to the question. You're saying that how much of the schedule has been released?
The schedule has been released in totality. That was the big thing that they...
And this team is favored in every single one of their matchups? for the entire season.
17 games, all are the lead. So they are power rankings number one. Does not matter home field or situationally right now. Dominance.
Why don't I know what your team is? Is it the Packers?
I have shoes that say it. Not now. They're right over there.
Are you
but
wearing them right
I'm
now?
a Niners fan. I was born in Mills Hospital. If I mentioned that, yes. Tom Brady, also destined for greatness.
You have told me that. You know, my brother's huge 49ers fan.
I feel like the Niners had just the right riz for the 90s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
They were
that's right.
everybody's first or second. There weren't too many people outside of maybe Cowboys fans that hated them adamantly, because I think a Packer fan can respect until we started beating them all the time.
Yeah,
Come on,
exactly.
come on.
Exactly.
It was
that's what it was.
give that the like Michael Jordan, everyone was a Bulls fan kind of vibe.
Yeah,
It was kind of cool that, like, I feel like a lot in the 90s, there are teams that would transcend the sport. Like, I was about to say that I had Raiders gear.
Oh,
growing
yeah.
up, and I didn't, like, even watch sports as a kid, but
I don't think that the Raiders were even about football. They were about selling starter jackets.
yeah,
It was
exactly.
like-
And I had a jacket, and I feel like NWA was, like, a big part of that, why I ended up having it. But it's just so funny that, like, I had this, and I was like, I probably couldn't have told you anything about them as.
I think the team was a loss leader for selling jackets. I think it was just like, they're like, well, this will promote the.
Yeah, this is for the jackets.
Because they also just like got the fucking coolest logo. Like they just like, they were like, oh, we're gonna have the hardest logo. We're gonna have like just black, silver.
How do you
great
feel
starter
like
jacket.
a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan is like looking at their stuff at that point? Like, I don't know.
Oh, it could have been us. Yeah, it's like, obviously you want to, like, I want to say Packers, but it's not the Packers.
Definitely. Lambeau's got
I'm curious what the factor is that has made, like, Vegas putting the odds for the favor on a team.
Is it Chiefs?
Well, I was about to say, so plainly put, I think the only things we could choose between are the Eagles, are the Chiefs, are the Lions, and the Bills.
Right.
No, there would be no Commanders.
No. It'd be
so
cool if it was the Lions.
Yeah.
Like, that would be fun.
the Lions actually more than the Eagles could do that just based on their ability to throw up 50 points every time. I don't
But-
think they've lost a lot of people.
Would they be favored?
You also have to think, who do people bet on in terms of just naturally Mahomes gets a lot of folks, so it does impact the line in terms of what gets people
Right,
closest to
right.
50.
That's interesting.
Is it the Chiefs maybe because of his wife's new look?
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
Oh, right.
Is she having a new glow up?
Yeah, she has, like, a couple of, like, new additions. They've been paid for. People are, like, talking about that on Twitter today. I don't think that would actually affect betting, but
I do feel like it's got to be between those two. I do feel like it's got to be Eagles or Chiefs.
yes, like, I don't know enough about any, like, recent announcements or, like, if it's about, like, a new star player or something. Like, I don't know what else would cause it.
Transactionally, there wasn't enough turnover from the top teams, but like the Rams are definitely making a run this time, which is exciting. But trading wise, I don't think Eagles lost enough. So yeah, I'd go Eagles.
Are you a football guy, Gabe?
Not really. Yeah.
He came to the Packer game because he's a Wisconsin guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Packers fan. I enjoy watching Packers games, but
Are you owner of stock?
I'm not,
in the team?
but my family members are. Yeah. My nephew, I think, got it for his, like, second birthday or something. Yeah.
Tell him to hold on to it.
Yeah, exactly. This is maybe the only currency that's worth anything right now. Yeah.
Your Dogecoin's not going so great, but you got these Packer vouchers.
Yeah.
The correct answer. We're going Eagles. Eagles.
Yeah, I'll go Eagles.
Birds. Buffalo Bills.
Wow. The Bills.
Yeah.
Quizlist says go Bills.
Wasn't there some what was the excitement about them? Like, didn't they do well this last season or something?
They're doing their best 90s impression of getting very far very consistently and not winning all the whole thing. But like Josh Allen is undeniably the Peyton Manning winner of the group right now.
I see.
And I think they did stack up, but it doesn't make a lot of sense unless it's about strength of schedule. But guys, it's time for our shots round.
Hey, the shots round.
I didn't pour any ahead of time, but we'll get them on the backside.
Right.
Clink, clink, clink. The shots round, just like a real trivia night, is your chance to shout out the answer in the comments. And if you're right, you just might win something special.
Did you do shots rounds when you hosted?
A couple times, yeah.
I host trivia at a couple different places, and do you do it where it's like you shout out at me to like win the shot? Like whoever first in the bar like yells out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also then you have to, it's
stressful.
Yeah,
like-
then it just becomes a game about getting close, and you're just like, we didn't really want people screaming at us that much. We did it a couple times. It was kind of fun.
It is aggressive.
It is.
It's far less aggressive here, but this is a chance to heighten our engagement rates and have people engage with us and try and win something cool.
Exactly. So this question is not for us to answer, right? And we also have the answer from last week.
That's right. Last week was, what is the world record for most dogs walked simultaneously by an individual? 38.
Wow.
I would not have thought it was that high. But with that many numbers, you think enough comments, somebody is due to win one of these. And this week, we're going to roll it back. Our sponsor, Spread the Love, which is a good natural peanut butter by my friends who's just a nice small business. And you can find them on Amazon.com, which is a small business out of Washington.
I like to support them.
And yeah, you can find them everywhere. They do Barry's book camps, the peanut butter there. It's good. And you get a whole year's supply, which is an abstract amount, but it's a lot. It's a lot. The question is, the NCAA softball Division I tournament is currently underway. Everybody's watching. How many teams made their Division I tournament debut this year? Could be 0. Could be 1,000. Somewhere in between. Moving along to our current events. Immigration.
Hey.
This one is wild.
What are you about to ask?
One of our cabinet secretaries is trying to start a reality show to determine if you can get American citizenship.
Yeah.
Which is the closest thing to a Black Mirror episode in real life I've seen.
Totally.
So Rob Warsoff, the producer behind Duck Dynasty and The Millionaire Matchmaker, has pitched that this is a reality show to DHS where immigrants can compete. I think there's a fear factor element for sure. And maybe like an on-location El Salvador trip. But
prove you'll eat 1,000 chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Honestly, Nathan's hot dog contest should be an American. We should just put the most American things into this.
I think Kobayashi's an honorary American after, yeah.
It should be something like you get like a prepaid card of like $1,000, and then we just like secretly watch where you go spend it. And like if you go to Walmart, like, all right, you're good.
I do like the Brewster's Thousands version where it's
you have to spend this as quickly as possible.
And survive, right? You also need your family of 4 that you're trying to like just have a better life. They need to make this work for the minimum wage.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Warsoff's proposal reportedly includes what challenge for immigrants located in Texas and Florida?
Ice bucket challenge.
That's where you go to ICE detention.
With our host, Elian Gonzalez. I'm very surprised he hasn't blown up on TikTok yet.
Totally.
You know, that feels like...
Did he run for something? Did I make that up?
No. He got sent home.
No, but like I feel...
Oh, back there.
I don't know, maybe in the past 7 years, he was in the news for something.
Oh, wow.
It's like you want to see that young Anakin Skywalker. Like, what's he look like now?
Yeah,
That's
totally. What happened?
Yeah.
Jacob something?
Jake
Lloyd.
something. Jake Lloyd. That's it.
Okay, so challenges. We already named a couple ones that are highly unlikely.
So,
and yet...
sorry to always ask you to repeat the question, but this is specifically challenges that would be in Texas and Florida.
What actual challenge for immigrants on this proposed game show for immigrants located in Texas and Florida? One may assume it may have something to do with a border crossing or...
Hot ones.
Mild ones. Chugging ranch. Let's see how much mayonnaise you can tolerate on this BLT.
In this heat.
This is so weird to be thinking about, that this is a real thing.
Well, just think it like a producer.
Yeah, totally. This one
What's
producer
good
is going after
television?
this.
The kid stays in the picture. The immigrant stays in the nation. Come on.
Look, like a gun range.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Not bad.
Yeah.
would be
Wrestle a gator?
would be good. Totally.
Rodeo?
Yeah. The states are interesting. I feel like is that a hidden clue? Does that lead us anywhere?
Well, I'll tell you, I peeped it, and we're never, ever. It was a red herring.
Wait. For the first time in the 6-episode history of the show, can you give us a hint?
Okay. Cape Canaveral.
Oh, you got to
Go
go
to
to
space?
you're gonna do like space camp?
But it makes sense because Houston and Florida, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
It wasn't a,
Why
it
didn't I
wasn't a
think of
total-
that?
It wasn't a total,
You have to be sent into space to stay?
We're like, well, this we can keep more people in space than you can. Yeah, like this, it's a limitless amount of.
I mean, to your point about like good television, I guess like going through like space camp, if that's what you even call it. I don't think they call it that.
Yeah.
NASA Academy, like you watch For All Mankind? Anybody watch that on Apple TV?
what?
For All Mankind?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you did. I love that show.
Yeah, I lived in a simulated moon base,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
bet
like,
you
oh, these guys are going to the moon base. And then Joel Kinnaman drinks at the same coffee shop when I'm in LA, and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to make it weird at 8 in the morning because I'm going to talk to you about space.
Did you?
Yeah. But like on the 6th time of bumping into this guy, like clearly we were on the same circuit. He's just hanging with his dog and his buddies, and I'm just like, I gotta say, I love your show, and this is why. And he's like, oh man, that sounds awful. I would never actually do that. And we had a good little conversation about what he knows and what he doesn't want to do. So
All right.
yeah,
What's
it's a good
the
show.
answer?
It's a good show. The answer:
Astronaut ice cream.
no ice cream will be had. Seeing which immigrant can build and launch a rocket first.
Whoa.
Warsaw wants the show to prompt conservation and conversation on what it means to be an American.
Okay.
It would be good television. It's just making a total ass of people who just want a better life.
Yeah, I feel like I mean it's very dystopian to like think about that, but
We want the very best, and we want more Squid Game. This
Yeah.
is the safest Squid Game.
I also think like this. I read something with this where it's like this in this climate feels very like fraught, but I think he's been like pitching this show for like 10 years. So he's been doing it through different administrations, and he's just kind of like I just think it's a good idea. And I think he's Canadian also. So I'm like I do think it is probably just a TV producer being like, we could do it. It could be fun, right?
yeah, I feel like DHS is gonna want final edit on an
Yeah,
episode.
yeah,
like
exactly.
as people get taken off the show, it's like, by the way, cameras don't follow what happens next.
Okay, well, those were the real hard questions, and now we got some harder ones specifically for you.
Oh my God.
That was the
your
last
area.
Every week I'm like, oh, that was the last question.
We got none of them right.
Game of Thrones. Get the easy one out
Oh,
the
you
gate.
guys got Game of Thrones right.
Yes.
You guys
Suck
I got
it.
none right. I got none right.
You need to redeem yourself here with the topic that you said you're an expert on, which is Weird Al Yankovic.
Vic.
Vic,
Yeah.
correct. There's no H. He knows.
Yeah.
First question you got right. Okay, you passed the test.
Wait, sorry. Before we start, you're just like an expert on Weird Al,
I'm just a lifelong fan.
man. Okay.
Do I know everything? No.
What's your favorite song?
Oh, well, I mean, I like some of the deep cut originals.
Oh, yeah.
Originals.
Yes.
Yeah,
I learned this
yeah.
recently that there are a lot of originals that people sleep on.
And there'll be like style parodies.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think some of those are really good. I mean, I like a lot of the breadth of the work, but those are, I mean, I think Smells Like Nirvana is a very fun parody. I mean, White and Nerdy is a great,
Yeah.
that's a great song, and I think that's like one of his bigger ones. But then I also like some of these like You Make Me, Trapped in a Closet, or Stuck in a Closet with Vanna White. These are great songs.
The video for Fat used to scare me.
It was a little too good. Yeah.
It was like body horror. Like you were like,
Yeah,
oh no, and
maybe.
you just suddenly, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say our modern day Weird Al's. The one I really respect is Kyle Gordon online.
Yeah, very funny.
He's been doing a lot of good genre bending.
Very funny
really
stuff.
pressed it beyond the one hit. But your first question, true or false? Al gets permission from artists to record parodies of their songs.
True. I mean, there's been a couple who have not granted him full permission. We all remember the Coolio debacle, as well as Lady Gaga.
What did Lady Gaga?
Well, he did a parody of Born This Way, Performed This Way, and he felt that he thought that he had gotten permission, but there was some controversy, and in the end, she was kind of like, well, this is a song that means something to me.
Sure.
So I don't want you making a parody of this, but he had already kind of like produced a song and I think maybe released it. And so like
he should have just asked Madonna who she ripped that song off.
Exactly. Second degree parody artist. Yeah.
Well, it is true. And he is also legally required to not, because parody is protected under the First Amendment. So, yeah, you want them to celebrate it. You want like South Park, it would be like a badge of honor to be mocked or something.
Yeah. Nirvana said it was one of the highlights of their career.
All right. Where was Al's first hit, My Baloney, recorded?
My Bologna was recorded in a bathroom. Yeah. He recorded it in I think his dorm bathroom on his accordion.
It's in a men's bathroom.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
You got the point.
Great.
Damn right.
And now, where did Al adopt the name Weird Al? Where did he get this name?
Oh, interesting. I'm not sure I know the official story. He was like a couple years young for his grade. He was very smart. And so I think he always felt like a little bit of an outsider. So I'm going to say it was just from that.
A little bit of bullying?
Yeah, I was going to say he just took the weird from, yeah.
Do you have an era? Do you have a time-ish when he started using this?
Oh, he recorded his first songs at 16.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah. Not like the big ones, but that's when he first kind of broke out. And I think he was already Weird Al by then. So, yeah, I'm going to say middle school.
I was going to give you points until you just said that last part, because...
Well, you pushed me into...
I know.
Ha! He's the bad cop. He tricked you.
It was his DJ name for the college radio station at Cal Poly.
What college?
Cal Poly.
Nice.
Wherever that is.
In California.
Well, I got that part. And I know the Poly part's very popular these days. Liberal arts. Come on.
It's a school for one polycule.
All right. That's the show.
I think
we did it good. Yeah.
Right. We did it again.
Was it painless?
Absolutely. It was more than that. It was actually quite fun. Yeah.
That's what we'd like to bring.
Yeah.
To the listeners, to the guests, to lovers of trivial things.
Can we take that as a pull quote? Quite fun.
Instead of painful, it was actually quite fun.
My worst hour of life. Okay, you got anything to plug? Anything you're excited about? Any shout outs?
God, no.
Well, I'm pretty sure the show's over because my trivial behind me has turned to the Samsung channel.
It's now the Samsung hour.
Well, Samsung, time to sing. Or we already did. It's Samsung. Oh my God.
To all our green bubbles out there, thank you for watching another episode. Be sure to like and subscribe. Is that a good sign off? Until next time.